That classic wedding you've been taught to dream of is based on a very specific and very narrow set of rules. A rule book that has systematically excluded LGBTQIA plus couples, forcing them to either erase parts of their identity to fit in or feel like outsiders at their own celebration. But what if that very community that the industry tried to ignore is now leading the charge to tear up those rules? What if their fight for a seat at the table is actually building a bigger, better table for all of us? This isn't just about the end of tradition. It's about the beginning of a more authentic way to celebrate love, pioneered by the people who had to fight the hardest for it. Let's get loose. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Loose Lip Podcast. My name is Kelsey Ray, and I am the MUA whose brain we will be picking today. Bride, groom, a sea of bridesmaids all in the same dress. For as long as most of us can remember, the wedding industry has had a script. It's a script we follow so closely, it feels like second nature. But that's all starting to change. A quiet revolution has been happening. Not big, loud pronouncements, but in the everyday work of trailblazing professionals who are tearing up the old rulebook. They're building a future that isn't just about I do, but about we all do. It's shaping up to be more authentic, creative, and meaningful than ever before. This is more than just a few new trends. It's a fundamental shift in how we celebrate love. Section 1, The Problem, an industry stuck in the past. For decades, the wedding industry complex has been a powerful force built on a very specific heteronormative foundation. This blueprint dictates everything, from the clothes you're supposed to wear to the roles you're supposed to play. It's the built-in assumption that every wedding has one bride in a white dress and one groom in a tux. It's the lavish bridal suite for getting ready, while the groom's room is often a small, forgotten space to kill time. It's the language woven into the very fabric of the industry, a language that, for many, is a constant, painful reminder that this party wasn't designed for them. But the problem isn't just about aesthetics. It's about the deep emotional toll this outdated model makes. For LGBTQIA plus couples, planning what should be a joyful time often becomes a series of stressful hurdles. It starts with what many call invisible labor, an exhaustive process of vetting every single vendor, not just for their talent, but for their basic acceptance of you and your partner. It's having to come out over and over again in emails and on phone calls just to find out if a business is even willing to work with you. Imagine the anxiety of hitting send on an inquiry, wondering if the reply will be warm, congratulatory, or a cold rejection. This isn't always about outright malicious discrimination by any means, though that definitely still exists. Often, it's about a system that has simply never been forced to evolve. It's the wedding planner who excitedly asked a lesbian couple, "So, which one of you is the bride?" It's the photographer whose entire portfolio is a sea of the same type of couples, leaving others to wonder if their love will be captured in the appropriate way with the same dignity. It's the mountain of paperwork, contracts, forms, and questionnaires that only have fields for bride and groom. When you have to cross out groom and write bride, the message is clear, even if it's unintentional. This systematic exclusion has real-world consequences. It forces couples to make compromises based on their safety and comfort, not just their budget or taste. The joy of planning gets chipped away by 1,000 tiny cuts, 1,000 moments of feeling othered. The industry, in its slow-moving way, has created a landscape where celebrating your love requires you to first defend it. It's an exhausting and unfair burden, and it's exactly what has ignited a powerful movement for change from within. Section 2, The Agitators. Meet the Trailblazers. In the face of an industry that has been slow to change, a new wave of wedding professionals have risen up. They're the planners, photographers, and the designers who are not just allies, but are often members of the LGBTQIA plus community themselves. They aren't just adapting a new market, they're revolutionizing it from the inside out, driven by their own experiences and a deep desire to create the exclusive spaces that were once denied. Take a wedding planner, let's call her Maya, a queer woman of color She started her company after the nightmare of planning her own wedding. She remembers the dread of scrolling through websites, searching for any sign that she and her fiancé would be welcome. She remembers finding the perfect florist only to have the owner keep calling her partner her friend. For Maya, her why is very personal. Her how is a masterclass in inclusivity. Her website's homepage shows a gallery of beautifully diverse couples. Her contact form has a field of pronouns right next to the names. The language in her contracts is gender neutral. Partner 1, Partner 2 replaces bride and groom. She talks about wedding parties and the honor crew, getting rid of the old school binaries of bridesmaids and groomsmen. Next, think of a photographer. Let's call him Leo. Leo is a trans man who early in his career worked for a traditional studio where every pose was a cookie-cutter copy of the last. When he started his own business, his why was a rebellion against that stiff, gendered choreography. He wanted to capture the real connection between people, not force them into poses that felt awkward or dysmorphic. His how is all about trust. He asks couples, how do you show affection? What makes you feel celebrated? What are your boundaries? Asking these questions and photographing his couples this way allows him to photograph couples in a way that's true to them. His portfolio isn't just pictures. It's a vibrant tapestry that validates the existence and beauty of love in all its forms. Finally, think of a clothing designer, let's call them Alex, who is non-binary. Their journey into wedding wear started with the frustrating search for their own outfit. A traditional dress didn't feel right, but the world of suits felt overwhelmingly masculine. They saw a huge gap in the market for celebratory clothes that weren't defined by gender. Alex's why is to set wedding fashion free. In their studio, you'll find elegant jumpsuits, flowing capes, and tailored suits for all body types, pieces that can be mixed and matched. Alex is doing more than making clothes. They're offering gender affirmation through design and empowering people to feel like their most authentic selves. These trailblazers are the heart of this revolution. They are activists armed with floral arrangements, cameras, and sewing machines. Their work is a powerful statement that weddings should be a space of absolute belonging. By embedding their values into their businesses, they aren't just serving a community, they are fundamentally changing the DNA of the entire wedding industry. Section 3, the solution, a more authentic future for everyone. You might think the work these vendors are doing is just for queer couples, but here's the aha moment. The changes they're pioneering are making the industry more flexible, more authentic, and creative for everyone. Think about it. Tearing down rigid traditions frees all couples, no matter their orientation, to create a celebration that's a true reflection of them. The bride who dreads being the center of attention can walk down the aisle with her partner instead of being given away. A groom can have his lifelong best friend, who happens to be a woman, stand by his side without anyone batting an eye. This shift benefits everyone by moving the industry towards personalization over prescription. The innovations in language are a perfect example. Using inclusive terms like partners on a contract isn't just for same-sex couples. It's about treating every client with respect and not making assumptions. Offering gender-neutral getting-ready suites is a practical solution for any couple who wants to get ready with their whole crew, creating a more communal, celebratory morning. Moving from bridesmaids and groomsmen to an honor crew simply acknowledges that our most important relationships don't always fit into neat gendered boxes. Plus, the creativity flourishing in the LGBTQIA+ wedding space is breathing new life into an industry that had gotten a little stale. Freed from the old script, couples and vendors are innovating everywhere. We're seeing more personalized rituals and a boom in the wedding fashion with bold colors and unique outfits. These trends, often born from necessity in the queer community, are now being embraced by the mainstream because they offer a more meaningful way to celebrate. The economic impact is also impossible to ignore. Since marriage equality was legalized, wedding spending by same-sex couples and their guests have boosted state and local economies by an estimated $5.9 billion. This creates a powerful incentive for other businesses to evolve. When vendors see that inclusivity isn't just the right thing to do, but also good for business, the whole industry shifts from passive tolerance to active inclusion. CTA and conclusion. So what we're really seeing here is the evolution of celebration itself. It's a move away from performing outdated rules and towards authentic personal expression. The trailblazing LGBTQIA+ professionals at the heart of this are architects of a more inclusive future. They're reminding us that a wedding isn't about checking boxes, but about the radical joy of two people declaring their love in a way that feels true to them. This new landscape benefits all of us, creating a world where every couple has the freedom to write their own rules. The future of weddings isn't about the right way, it's about millions of unique and beautiful ways. And that's a celebration we can all be a part of. If you're planning a wedding or you just want to support businesses that are making a difference, seek out these pioneers. I myself am one of them. I'm proud to be within the LGBTQIA+ wedding vendors community, vendor directories, or Equal Web and Love Inc. Great places to find fantastic and truly inclusive professionals. Supporting them is a direct investment in a kinder, more creative wedding industry for everyone. If you've worked with an amazing inclusive vendor, or you have a story with your own traditions, comment below. I'd love to hear about them. Let's keep this conversation going and continue building a future where every love story is celebrated. Don't forget to listen, follow, and subscribe on all platforms: Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, here on YouTube, and renderingbeauty.com/podcast. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.